Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here, Philly Tick with RB, and you already know what to do. Go ahead and smash the like button for me. Hit the subscribe if you're new, and ding that notification bell so you're instantly notified whenever I upload or go live. Today we're back just a few days away from the Eagles-Cowboys showdown on Sunday night. We're really just anticipating this game that will again determine first place in the NFC East. It's still crazy to me. There's a lot of good things happening for the Eagles. You know, guys coming back from injury. We're getting healthy at the right time, right? Jalen Reagor set to come back. Maybe Goddard and some of these other guys. But as we know, there's always that one thing that gets in the way, and look, I honestly don't feel like I'm overthinking this. I really feel like it's a simple decision, and I would love to know what others are thinking about this. But apparently, Doug Pederson is most likely to start Jason Peters at left tackle this weekend against the Dallas Cowboys. This is the Jason Peters that we all know, man. He's been our guy over the years. He's been one of the most consistent, the bodyguard. Look, when Jason Peters is on the field, he's one of the best. But the thing is, given his age, given the circumstances, he's no longer capable of staying on the field. And we already knew this. We knew it from before the season started, and this whole thing happened where we signed him back to play right guard, and then he wants more money. We end up moving him over to left tackle because Andre Dillard goes down, and this whole thing, right? But look, Jordan Mailata has been playing solid, a former 7th round pick rugby player who, honestly, I'm just going to say it like this. Look, I was wrong about Jordan Mailata. I was wrong about him. The Eagles got lucky, and Jordan Mailata has actually panned out now, and we've given him a chance to get in his groove now. 3-4 games, solid games. Look, Jordan Mailata is not playing the best by any means, but he's playing good, right? Jordan Mailata is showing some signs of promise, and really Andre Dillard, who is still unknown and will go into year 3 unknown. This is a good sign for the Eagles that we at least have sort of a backup plan here. But I don't understand this. I do not understand it. Jason Peters is 38 years old, and for some reason, we continue to plug these veteran old guys back into the lineup when they come back from injury, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why Doug Pederson is, we know Doug Pederson and his pressers, you'll never get the full truth. You'll never get the 100%. He loves dancing around the questions, but look, some of the things this year that he said, going back on some of his decisions and just answering some of these questions, he's been blatantly wrong, and I think he knows it. But it's really ticking me off at this point. Look, here's what Doug Pederson was asked today about this entire situation. Someone asked him, one topic of conversation this week has been about Jordan Mailata and the concern about moving him off left tackle when he's starting to get into a groove where you have to evaluate that position big picture versus putting in a 38-year-old Peters who won't be with the team long term. Where do you come on that? How do you weigh those things? Look, Doug Pederson says, I wish I had Andre Dillard and Brandon Brooks and Isaac Seumalo too, and that makes a big difference there. But listen, we're going to make the best decision for the football team moving forward. Jordan has played well, and sometimes I say this, I go back to benching Nelson Aguilar a few years ago. Opportunity for him to see the big picture. Listen, don't take me wrong here. I love where Jordan's at. I love his growth. At the same time, if Jason Peters starts at left tackle, it allows Jordan to see big picture and step back and observe that way. And sometimes that helps young players. So that's pretty much the gist of what he said. And look, he's completely wrong. He is completely wrong. These are two different circumstances. First off, we'll talk Andre Dillard. Look, last year, Andre Dillard, he came into the equation, didn't start the year, but came into the equation, and he was getting some solidarity under him, which the Eagles' offensive line has had none of this year, no continuity at all. And Andre Dillard last year started to get in his rhythm a little bit, and then we tried to shuffle him around, and then he struggled. He struggled, which is still why we're unknown on the guy, a former first-round pick. And this year, Jason Peters, again, first off, before Jason Peters went down, the guy was getting cooked. I forget which game it was. I think it was the Bengals game, I believe, where he let up 2 or 3 sacks early on in the game. I mean, he was getting absolutely eaten alive. It was either the Rams or the Bengals game. And he was getting eaten alive. And he goes down again. And Jordan Mailata, we finally put this guy in. We didn't know what he was going to be. as a former 7th round pick rugby player. And he's actually playing decent. He's actually playing way above his standard or what we had expected him to be. And Doug Pederson, look, the Nelson Aguilar situation in 2016, Nelson Aguilar was a first-round wide receiver. He had expectations. And when you put Nelson Aguilar in the lineup, you expect him to produce as a first-year wide receiver. And when he was struggling, Nelson Aguilar wasn't just struggling because he was dropping passes, couldn't run the right routes, couldn't get open. But Nelson Aguilar was also struggling with the mental side of the equation. Nelson Aguilar had never been exposed to the criticism he was receiving in Philadelphia, and we know the warm welcome from the fans when you're not playing well, and it was all starting to eat away at him. Nelson Aguilar just needed a game to step back and watch it from the sidelines and just get into, just get accustomed to the NFL style. But in terms of Jordan Mailata, this dude had no expectations, is showing promise. If Andre Dillard doesn't pan out, can be the future, and at the same time, he's playing well. This has nothing to do with the Nelson Aguilar situation. I can't believe Doug even mentioned that. And the one thing that Doug says is, make the best decision for the football team. Is this the best decision for the football team? Bringing in Jason Peters once again. Look, Jason Peters, like I said, when he's on the field, he can be one of the best. But look, are you 100% expecting him to be on the field the rest of the year? I'm not. No. And Jordan Mailata, just once you get that guy out of his rhythm, whether he moves over to right tackle this week if Lane Johnson doesn't play, or maybe Lane Johnson does try to play, does try to give it a go, and now Mailata is sitting from the sidelines. This has nothing to do with his development. The last couple years is what Jordan Mailata has been doing, sitting there and watching other guys like Jason Peters who have been grown for years and years and becoming accustomed and watching and developing. This has nothing to do with that. I completely disagree with Doug Pederson. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to the fact that the Eagles gotta stop with this whole clinginess with these older guys who have a place in Philadelphia. No. Are you trying to justify that you overpaid or maybe even gave Jason Peters a pay raise weeks back after Doug's press conference when he said possibly that Travis Fulgham may lose snaps if Alshon comes back? Are we serious here? That is not making the best decision for the football team going forward. If Doug Pederson starts Jason Peters this week at left tackle, I don't understand it already, and I'm not gonna let it go. You guys let me know your thoughts down below on this. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.